In this week's episode of The Amazing Race, the teams traveled to France, and unfortunately, one team had to start 45 minutes behind. And unfortunately, they also happened to come in last place. So joining me now is newlywed team Glenda and Lumumba. How are you both doing?
Oh,
Hey.
hey, we're doing great, Blake.
Fantastic. A little sad to have to go, but what a ride.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm really excited to get to talk with you guys. So let's start with this. So you guys really took a lot of pride in your relationship and being newlyweds, and there was just a lot of excitement, it felt like, the entire time. So tell me, what was it like competing with each other on the race?
Oh my goodness. Well, again, we've only known each other 2.5 years total. And of the 2.5 years, 1 year is in marriage.
The other year is COVID.
Right. We met and like dated during COVID. So this was our opportunity to really get to know each other, get to trust each other, see how we communicate with each other. And we learned a lot. Like Lumumba is awesome at map reading, but also can get analysis paralysis. Sometimes I'm a very action-oriented person and make quick decisions, but sometimes my quick decisions aren't the best. So.
Well, and sometimes they're spot on. Yeah.
Like in Jordan.
Yeah. Now, okay, something I'm always curious to know from contestants of The Amazing Race is there any pre-race prep, is what I would call it, that you guys did prior to coming on the show?
We did a lot of pre-race prep. I learned how to stick shift drive. I didn't know how to manually drive before, so took formal lessons with that. We kayaked, we rock climbed, swimming, running, puzzles. What else?
Orienteering, land navigation, whole lot of running, a lot of jumping.
Yes, memorization of countries and capitals. It was
whatever we could think of.
Yes,
within reason, we did. We did it.
Yeah, so you guys definitely put the work in prior, which is so great. Now, okay, so with all that prep, you guys started the season really strong, coming in second place, I believe. But then we kind of saw you fall down in rankings as the season went. What do you think happened? Like, where do you think it started to go downhill for you all?
Well, it was going uphill as long as my wife was doing roadblocks, and it started to go downhill once Lumumba decided.
So you're the problem.
No, I think that every challenge, people don't really know which challenge is going to be their Achilles heel, right?
Yeah.
And so for us, the Achilles heel and the strength was was map reading, right? I was good at map reading. However, in certain circumstances, it got confusing. And so leaning too heavily on that instead of my intuition really got us behind. And it really started a ripple effect for the rest of the mega leg. And it just was hard to kind of bounce back. But I didn't read the directions during the first leg that we had in Italy. And, of course, the number one rule in Amazing Race is read the directions. Read the clue. And I took off running on foot, did not allow my wife to read the clue. And that was just the first stop in a series of unfortunate events. So
a little bit more on that final leg. So we saw, the editing showed that a lot of the other teams felt like they were really close together as far as rankings and stuff. So did you guys see any other team or, we really saw Aubrey and David struggle with their navigation. So did you see them at all, or what was that like for you from your perspective?
Well, we were starting off, like you said, 45 minutes behind. After we flipped the vehicle or nearly flipped the vehicle, we were an additional 35 minutes behind. So it was about an hour and a half. So we had a lot of catching up to do. Everything after that really flowed smoothly. Yeah. Everything happened in sequential order. And we were racing as if we were going to catch up with somebody. Yeah. So, we never got discouraged that, we're not going to find anybody. We were running the race as if, hey, we were still going to be in it. And, by the time we got to the first detour, we did that pretty well, or it was a roadblock. Yeah, it was a roadblock. Climbing down the castle was amazing. Storming the castle. I recommend it for everyone. If you get a chance to storm a castle, definitely do it.
Then do it.
So, we set off after that, and we kept going, and we just never saw anyone. From the way it looked, maybe we could have been 15, 20 minutes behind at that point, but
I think the ditch did it for us. I honestly believe if we didn't run into that ditch, we would have definitely caught up with a team, because you saw People who were in the first group ended up being towards the back. People who were in the third group ended up being towards the front. So you just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is really interesting because the rankings definitely were all over the place on this episode. So, well, hey, you guys did a great job. And one of my final questions is going to be, so I was reading online, a lot of people are calling you guys fan favorites from this season. So a two-part question. What was your favorite part about being on The Amazing Race, and would you return if asked?
Wow.
My favorite part about being on The Amazing Race is getting to travel the world on CBS's dime with my soulmate.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And would I do it again after my son is born?
I completely agree with what she said. Just the fact that we were able to start the first year of our marriage, getting to know each other better, traveling in a worthwhile fashion, and really going through some challenges that people may never go through in their lives. It really helped to grow our relationship. So, I mean, it was definitely, thank you, CBS, for that. And, and as far as coming back, I'm always, but like my wife said, we're getting ready for boom, boom. We got to get our baby. We have to get our baby, but definitely after that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Now, speaking of future endeavors, if people want to continue to follow your all's journey, where can they find you on social media?
Well, they can follow us on YouTube. We have Roberts Family 365. We also have our very own website that we just started to chronicle our baby journey. And also, a lot of people have been asking about relationship, how our relationship works. And we share all that on robertsfamily365.com. We're also on
Instagram,
TikTok.
Yes, we do a lot of tall, short antics, being 7 inches in height difference. So our tall, short antics will still be on display on Roberts Family 365 on Instagram and TikTok.
Yep.
All right. Hey, so they can find you on every platform. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure getting to speak with you about your experience. And for all of our viewers out there, keep tuning in to The Amazing Race Wednesdays on CBS.